I'd like to read you a poem today by C.T. Studd. C.T. Studd was a famous missionary, a man who came from a very well-to-do background, but actually ended up as a missionary to China and to many other places as well. Now, this poem is called The Bible. I've tried to count them up, but there's about 28, 29 verses, but I'm not going to read them all. I'm just going to read some selected verses to you, and it's really fascinating. This was a great character, this man, and some of the stuff he wrote was really interesting. What could we do without the book that God gave us to read? No more than any farmer who hadn't any seed. No other tells us of the Lord, the God of grace and love, who made the whole creation, this world, and those above. What could we do without the gospel or the Acts? No more than could a barrister who didn't know his facts. What were we without the letters of John, Peter, James and Paul? We'd be like some poor cricketer without a bat or ball. If Genesis is a humbug, we must cast into the flames the Gospels, Acts and Hebrews, Galatians, Romans, James. If we should try to live our lives without the book of Psalms, our souls would lack the music which comforts, cheers and charms. We couldn't know that God would be the judge of all mankind by the mere dictates of reason or the workings of the mind. Who shouldn't know God gave his Son to agonise and die, to save and teach us sinful men to trust him utterly? We shouldn't know Christ rose again, the proof he was the Lord, and then ascended up above to execute his word. We ne'er had deemed he be the friend of publicans and sinners, of prodigals and harlots not, of hypocrites nor trimmers, that ne'er would he to any child deny a Saviour's blessing, and ne'er would turn a soul away who came his sins confessing, that he who healed the sick, the lame, the blind, the deaf, the dumb, and raised the dead by touch or word would beg us all to come to him that we might be forgiven, and made the heirs of God, divorced from fear of death and hell, warriors of the Lord. This Bible is a gallery of pictures full of life, a cinematic show of real historic strife. It gives the words of prophets who courageously denounced the sins of priests and princes and the judgment day announced. Mind, you must obey it, otherwise you'll be branded as a hypocrite throughout eternity. Read it in the morning, meditate and pray, trust the Lord to keep you straight throughout the day. They're well worth reading, this poem, The Bible by C.T. Studd. He was a famous cricketer. I liked his line about the cricketer without a ball. May God bless you through this quotation today.